Hello. So today we'll be learning about few introductory topics such as body size, body shape, and what is a nematode, all of these things. So talking about nematodes, what are actually nematodes? So these are similar to worms. They are also called as roundworms. Now why they are called roundworms? Because their cross section gives a circular shape and they are found in nearly every environment on earth. They can be free living, feeding on bacteria, fungi and other nematodes, or even parasitic, living in plants, insects and animals, including humans. Nematodes belong to phylum Nematoda and they could be defined as acylated pseudocoelomic unsegmented bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic vermiform metazoa, generally dioecious, with well-developed digestive and reproductive and also well-developed sensory system, a less developed excretory system. They do have an excretory system but it is less developed and they lack circulatory and respiratory system. They also have a serpentine movement on the dorsoventral plane. So what do you mean by pseudocoelomates? So there are three different types of coelom. Like the one without a coelom, that is acoelomates, and the second one coelomates, which is having true coelom, and the third one pseudocoelomates. They will be not having a true coelom, so they will be having a pseudocoelom. So what do you mean by a true coelom? A true coelom means the coelom will be covered by mesoderm. So this we can see in this second picture that yellow portion is covered by mesoderm, that green one, and the third one pseudocoelomates. Here the pseudocoelom is covered, or it is not covered actually by the mesoderm. It is present between the mesoderm and the endoderm. So that is why it is called as a false coelom or a pseudocoelom, because it is not completely lined by mesoderm. And coming to the next point, which is unsegmented body. Nematodes are not having a segmented body. That means they are unsegmented. Unlike this earthworms they will be having a segmented body. Their segments repeat itself. Like they'll be having a series of segmentations, which is both, that segmentation is both exterior and interior as well. So they are metamerically segmented, which is not present in the case of nematodes. So coming to symmetry, their body is bilaterally symmetrical and their mouth part is or their oral aperture is radially symmetrical. So bilaterally symmetrical just means they'll be having the body lengthwise or longitudinally. They're both mirror images of each other. And coming to other characters such as ciliated. So they does not have a cilia, means like hair-like structure. And pseudocoelomic, they'll be having a pseudocoelom instead of a true coelom. Unsegmented, we covered. Bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic. Triploblastic means they generally have three germ layers, while the formation of an embryo, that is ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Vermiform metazoa. Vermiform metazoa generally means, metazoa means multicellular animal. Vermiform means worm-like. So it's a vermiform metazoa, worm-like multicellular animal. Generally dioecious. That means male and female forms are different, are separate forms. And they have well-developed digestive, reproductive and sensory systems. They also have an excretory system which is less developed, and they lack circulatory and respiratory system. They have a serpentine movement of locomotion. And coming to body size, most of the plant parasitic nematodes are microscopic in nature and they will be ranging mostly from 0.3 to 2 millimeter in nature. The longest nematode recorded so far is Placentoniuma gigantissima, and the smallest one or the shortest one is Griffilla minutum, which is a marine nematode, and the other one, the longest one, is parasitic in the placenta or sperm whale. And the longest plant parasitic nematode recorded so far is Paralongidorus epimyces. And coming to their body shape, nematodes are mostly thread-like. And even the word nematode came from the Greek word nema, means thread. So they are mostly thread-like. So that is why they got their name as nematode. So mostly they are vermiform, thread-like, tubular in shape, and they will taper towards both the ends. So it will be like tapering towards both ends. In most of the nematode species, the males and females look similar, but there are certain species which exhibit sexual dimorphism. So for example, we can take meloidogyne or the root knot nematode. Here the adult females are pear shaped and swollen, while the adult males are slender and vermiform. So that explains the sexual dimorphism, like it is different, so we can easily identify the females and the males separately. Now we will discuss about the locations of the important openings of the nematode body. Let's start with mouth. So before starting with mouth, like what all are the important openings of the nematode? So it can be mouth, it can be an excretory pore, vulva in case of female, and there is anus, and there is cloaca in case of males. So let's talk about mouth. So mouth is usually found on the anterior portion of the nematode body, at the terminal portion, anterior terminal portion of the nematode body. So on the left side of the image, left side of the PPT, you can see that mouth at the terminal end. And coming to the next opening, that is excretory pore, which is also found at the anterior portion of the body. So on the image you can find after mouth, nerve ring comes, and then there is excretory pore on the ventral side of the body. So most of the openings are on the ventral side. So that is how you can locate the ventral side of the nematode body. So the excretory pore, let it be the vulva, let it be the cloaca, all will be the anus, all will be on the ventral side of the body. So excretory pore is located on the anterior portion of the body. So both excretory pore and mouth is found on the anterior portion. Now in females, the reproductive system and also the digestive system are separately opened. They'll be having separate openings. For the reproductive system, it is called vulva, and it is usually in the midway, the mid portion of the body. Okay, that is also found on the ventral side of the body. So female reproductive system, the opening is called vulva. And for the digestive system, there is anus, that is also found on the ventral side. In case of males, both digestive and reproductive system joins posteriorly, and they form a cloaca which opens on the ventral side. So it is usually near the terminal end. And there is some terms called as adenal, caudal, cervical. So adenal, from the name itself you can understand it is near the anus. Caudal means tail, so it is located near the tail. Cervical means neck region. So these are the important positions or the locations of the important openings of the nematode body. So it is very important for the taxonomy or morphology related, because by using these we can identify different types of nematode species by the different length openings. You can identify in the presence of vulva, absence of vulva indicates it is a male, and presence of vulva indicates it is a female. So unlike insects, nematode body is not divided into head, thorax and abdomen. So instead, the anterior proximity of the body, which is bearing a mouth and also lips, is called head. Okay, and it is sometimes continuous with the main body and sometimes it is not. That means it is not continuous, and it is also called set off. So there will be a constriction between the head and the nematode body. So it can be continuous or it can be non-continuous with the body. So you can see in that picture, bottom left, the first one is continuous and the second one is not continuous. There is a constriction between the head and the body. So that is called as a set off. So talking about the tails. So what is a tail? The portion beyond the anus. Okay, the posterior portion beyond the anus is called as tail. So tails can be different types. Like it can be conoid, it can be filiform, it can be elongate conoid, and it can be digitate. So there is a picture down there, second and third one. The third one is digitate one, and the second one, which shows the first one, which is like very much thread-like kind of thing, is filiform. And the conoid one, it is neither cone nor round, so it is conoid. And there is elongate conoid. So that is tail. So it can be cylindrical, it can be conoid, it can be filiform, it can be digitate. So what does digitate means? Digitate simply means the tail-like ending will be having a finger-like projection. So that's it. Thank you.